Hey everyone, my name's Adam. I'm an independent psychologist. And today's story is about emotional exhaustion, the kind that doesn't come from shouting, but from being slowly talked over, dismissed, and made to feel small. It's about a woman who stayed in a relationship where love felt more like judgment, and silence became her only defense. Let's listen to her story.
Hi. I'm not really used to talking about my situation even with close friends, so I guess this is my last resort. My boyfriend and I have been together, on and off, for about 2 years. A year ago I moved in with him, and since then, I've lost count of how many times we've broken up and tried again. We even split the house once, each got our own room, because I told him I needed space. But lately, it's not space I need. It's peace. He pressures me to lose weight, criticizes how I clean, mocks what I read and what I find joy in. And last night, something small finally broke me. We were watching TikTok, just something light, and a video came up about a Chinese dance performance. I mentioned that it was also a commentary on how much pressure kids face in their schools there. He asked me what they were criticizing, and I said, "You could look up the lyrics. I don't want to misexplain." He sighed, tense. Then he said, "I just hate how you never have anything remotely useful to say. You only care about stupid things, dumb influencers and cute stuff. Never anything important." It was like a slap, but not surprising. When I asked why he'd insult me, he said, "It's not an insult if it's true." He always says that. If I get hurt, he says I'm weak. If I speak up, he says I'm dramatic. And if I cry, he says I'm trying to manipulate him. A few weeks ago I told him I wanted to break up. He agreed. Said we'd live like roommates until the lease ended. But then that same night he called me to bed. To cuddle. Said it would be hard for both of us if we split up. But it sounded more like, "It'll be hard for me without your half of the rent." And when I said I needed someone to talk to, he said, "Oh, right, because your friends all think I'm the bad guy, huh? Well, I don't even know what's real anymore. Everything I do feels wrong. And every day I'm just smaller than I was yesterday."
Let's pause here. This is what emotional control often looks like. Not through yelling, but through quiet erosion. Notice the pattern. Every time she expresses emotion, he redefines it as weakness. Every time she tries to discuss a problem, he shifts blame. And every time she tries to leave, he guilt trips her into staying. That phrase, "It's not an insult if it's true," that's not logic. That's cruelty disguised as honesty. And it's one of the oldest manipulation tactics, meant to make the victim doubt their own right to feel hurt. When love becomes a debate, when you start second-guessing every word before you speak, that's not a relationship. That's survival. And she's already exhausted from surviving. Her intuition is right. He doesn't want her because he values her. He wants her because she makes his life easier. And that's not love. That's dependency wearing a mask.
I don't even know what to say anymore. Everything I do is wrong to him, and I hate that I still want him to see me.
And that's the most painful part. When you start waiting for someone who's already told you, through their actions, that they'll never see you the way you deserve to be seen. Sometimes the question isn't, "How can I fix this?" It's, "Why am I still trying to fix what's meant to keep me broken?" To anyone listening who feels this way, you're not too sensitive or too emotional. You're just reacting to constant disrespect. And that reaction is a sign of your strength, not your weakness. Healing starts when you stop fighting to be understood by someone committed to misunderstanding you. Thank you so much for listening. If this story resonated with you, please share, or comment below. Your story might help someone else feel less alone. Remember, love isn't supposed to make you doubt yourself. It's supposed to make you feel safe to be who you are. Take care of yourselves and take care of your hearts.